Good morning, everyone. I'm very tired right now. I don't really want to make this story, but I also do want to make this story. But today I want to tell you guys a story that I thought it would be pretty funny to tell on the channel. And it was in the 8th grade that I had enough with these people annoying me that I decided to beat them with a lawn chair. I mean, that it wasn't exactly a lawn chair. I just beat them with like one of the lunch tables because it was during school. But yeah, I know you guys like school fights, so I figure I was gonna tell us on the channel. So yeah, get anything what you need to get ready for a story time, like food or snacks or whatever, and let's enjoy it. Alright. So, something about my middle school that I absolutely hate is that, like, basically 65% of the school is full of rich families. And I'm not saying that all of the rich families are mean. I'm just saying that most of the rich kids that go to my school are basically mean. I can tell because they would act entitled, about like how rich they are. It's just everything. Cause like I can see them like with the most expensive phones. And on top of acting very entitled, these guys wouldn't do the work. Like for example, you're in class, right? It could be like we're filling out a school form to like a gold mine where we can get as rich as we can, and none of them would do the work. They're just sitting on the phone scrolling through TikTok, not wanting to do the work. And yes, I understand. Technology is a great thing, but you know what is also a great thing? Doing your work and, not causing trouble for the teacher, alright? I know, you just gotta do the work sometimes. I know it might be sometimes disappointing, but you just gotta do the schoolwork, alright? And so this all takes place at my middle school, just like I said, but it's in the 8th grade. So I'm basically almost about to graduate high school, and this all starts on one pretty February. Me and my friend Mad Max are having a great day eating the pizzas from the cafeteria that aren't even good in the first place. They're from like Papa John's, but not that great Papa John's place. But I just found out like the fact that that later in the future I found out that Papa John's has like two different types of pizza things. Like I don't know why they could have just have one, but apparently there's like two different types of Papa John's pizzas where like you just get regular, and then you just get like another type where it's for like companies or whatever. It's very weird, but so we're chilling on these stone slabs, just minding our own business, and just an important detail I want you guys to remember for the story to make sense is that people would pass by us. And not because they're trying to ask for us something. Is that because the way we're sitting, it's like we're in a hallway. Just picture like two school classrooms like together, except that it's in a formation of a hallway. And you guys know what I'm talking about because you've seen high school hallways. And so we're basically like up against the wall, eating our food. And so there was this one time that we heard, well, on February, that we heard like these guys giggling that's coming on our way. And we thought nothing of it until my friend Mad Max questions me, "Hey, do you think that those guys are up to mischief? Because they seems giggling a little bit and pointing at us." And so I'm kind of thinking of that too, because it's not every day you see someone just like planning to do something to you, like on one day. But we just kind of shrugged it off and saying that I don't know, maybe these guys are these guys want to mess with us or something. I don't know, but 10 seconds later, I was about to reach for my juice box when like these guys come up to us, and before I can say, can I help you? One of them just goes up my face and just starts like screaming like random words you would use in the conversation, like "Hello there, how's your day?" And I'm just sitting here confused. Like, why is this guy yelling at me? Like, we're not at like a rock concert or anything. Like, I'm sorry that I didn't realize that we are at a Monster Jam show and monster trucks were doing crazy stunts and we're having like a stunt race. But after like 5 minutes, well, not 5 minutes, but 5 seconds of this guy screaming at me, the other guy, or should I say the other spoiled kid, like pushes the other guy that was in my face like out of the way and says, "Oh, I'm sorry, this guy has autism. We'll make sure that won't happen again." And they just like walked off, and like I can hear in the background I'm saying like, "Oh, that was a pretty good funny joke." Excuse me. You're telling me that that's funny. I'm sorry, but mocking someone with autism isn't really funny. I wouldn't consider that as a funny prank. And side note, yes, I do have autism. And so I'm just here, sitting here confused and just basically shocked and trying to process all the information that I'm currently given to me that just happened right now. And so my friend Mad Max goes to look at me and says, "Hey, do you know those people?" And I basically lied and said no because I know who these kids were because I've seen them in my history class. And they're basically one of those other rich kids that would basically, wouldn't pay attention to class, they wouldn't focus the work, and they would just basically goof off and wouldn't take this seriously, and they think like this school is a joke or whatever. So me and my friend shrugged this whole thing off like this thing was probably they were just messing with us, and we didn't think this would happen again. But only if I wish that were true, because the next week on the same day, I think this happened on like a Monday. The next Monday we're eating lunch, and we can see the same group of kids coming up to us like 30 minutes into the lunch period, and we're like, oh no, not these guys again. And we're now I'm basically preparing myself to meet these kids again. So I come over, and instead of screaming at me, instead they go over to my friend Mad Max and go to scream at him. And instead of like saying the same thing, they're like, "Hey, do you like pizza? Do you like this pizza place or whatever?" So now he's basically screaming at him if he likes like restaurants or whatever. Now I'm thinking, okay, these guys are definitely trying to mess with us or something, or just trying to piss us off in general. Because now these days, I'm pretty sure that people like wanting to have a reaction of some sort, because I've seen it happen all the time to me. And so it happens the same thing again. After like 5 seconds of the guy screaming, the other spoiled kid pushes the other guy over and says, "Oh," instead of yelling, "Oh, this guy has autism," he says, "Oh yeah, I'm sorry, this guy has ADHD. He likes to talk a lot, but we'll make sure that he has better speech skills." And they just walked off. And yet again, I can hear like in the background just yelling of how that was funny. And I didn't think that was funny. Neither of my friend Mad Max was funny, because look at it. If you're making a joke, yeah, it could be really funny. But if you're just mocking someone like this is definitely not funny, alright? And so after all that catastrophe happens, me and Mad Max are basically pretty confirmed that these guys are basically trying to mock us or bully us of some sort. So I tell him, "Hey, these guys are kind of a little bit mean. Should we do something about it?" And my friend Mad Max says, "I guess so, like, but we don't have any evidence." And I said, "Oh, the next time I could just record the whole thing." And just to let you guys know, this proceeds to happen for the next 3 months. They mock us for at least like 12 more weeks. And well, I catch it all on video of how they're like mocking us, like on all that stuff. Like I have like these separate recordings. The next following day, I started recording like all these events that started to happen, and it happens to be on the next day of April, right? I happen to bump these guys while I'm going to the snack period, and so these guys, I'm walking through this hallway, right? Just to paint a picture of the school. There's no like hallway. I wasn't in like a hallway. There was like the outside like hallway, like the deck. And I'm just walking, to get the pathway just to get to the snack area. And I happen to bump these kids. And I'm thinking, oh, what do these guys want now? And they tell me, "Yo, bro, we've seen you the last couple of days." And I'm like, "Yeah, you have seen me from the past couple of days. You guys were acting like psychos, trying to just piss me and my friend off as as much as you can for attention." And I proceed to tell them, "Yeah, you have, and it's really annoying. I would appreciate if you guys can stop harassing us." And they're like, "Well, what do you mean we're harassing you?" And I tell them, "What are you talking about? You've been doing this for at least like 2 months. You've been like talking to us, but instead like just blatantly mocking us for disorders." And he says, "Well, you have no proof for this. You have disorders." And we're like, "What are you talking about? We're just born with it. What do you want me to show me my birth certificate or something?" But on top of that, I have blatant evidence of you mocking us for the past 2 months, and I could be really happy of just going to the dean's office and reporting you guys for basically stalking us. And so they told me, "Oh, no, we can figure this out." And I told them, "No, we're not going to figure this out. If you guys do this one more time, I'm going to report you for basically stalking." And so the guys that I'm talking to are like, "Come on, let's just go." And they just, walk past us. And I can hear it like in the corner, like, Like, basically faintly, I hear them say, "Oh, that guy's a little bit of a bitch." Okay, listen. So you're telling me I'm a bad person because I'm minding my own business, and you guys are the good guys because you guys want to have fun, just stalking us and basically annoying us as much as possible. And we're in all reality, you guys are are basically the bad guys because you guys are mocking us, in which we don't like, and we've been telling you guys to stop for the past like month, and you guys have not been stopping. So I'm going to report you guys to the dean's office if you keep acting like this. But whatever, I told them their last chance that they have, and well, I wish they would take their last chance, but I guess not, because they wanted to prove something to me, I guess. And so the next week, nothing basically happens, in which I thought, hey, maybe these guys, took their chance or something. But no, 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 because the next week, I'm sitting at the lunch tables instead of the benches because my friend Mad Max has another friend, and he's doing like a comic collabs with someone, and so they're basically both making a comic, and I just want to be there with my friend Mad Max because we're basically best buddies. You know how this works, the homies. And so I'm just here enjoying my day with my friends, right? But all of a sudden, like 30 minutes later into the lunch period, once again, 30 minutes, I hear like footsteps coming behind us, and I hear a little bit of a ahem. And that's when I turn around and I see the three group of boys just angry, thinking like I did something wrong. And I said, how can I help you? And he said, oh, we're just here because we want to settle something with you. And I tell him, what do you want to settle something with me? And they tell me, oh, because of you've been really mean. We just think you have been really mean to us of what you did like last week. And I tell him, what are you talking about? I warn you guys that if you guys are gonna harass us again, that I'm gonna report to the dean's office. And he says, dude, that wasn't stalking. That was just playing around. That's not playing around. You guys were stalking us and basically trying to annoy us. That's not playing around. That's stalking. But I don't know if this guy's heart was broken. But he says, get up, we're fighting. And I tell him, no, I'm not going to fight you over this. And he basically forces me to get up and basically drags me out of the chair. My friend Mad Max sees this thing. Is like, hey, whoa, we don't need to fight here. He says, shut up, you're not involved with this. Okay, I'm done with you. I'm done. I'm sick of you annoying with our friends. And now you just started the fight because you touched me firsthand. You forced me to get out of the chair. And I tell him, dude, are you seriously want to fight with me? And he says, yeah. What are you gonna do, man? And I tell him, well, I know what to do. And so I grab one of the chairs, and I don't know about you guys, but basically at our school, we had these chairs that you can pick up if you want to get to another chair. You want to get to another place. And I basically grab one of the other chairs, and I tell him, all right, I'm going to beat you with a lawn chair if you don't back up. And he says, what is a lawn chair going to do? I bet I can fight you better than more. And I tell him, dude, I don't know about this, bro, but I don't think you can even beat a single piece of a steel board. And he guys says, well, whatever, I'm just gonna fight you anyways. I want to get this over with. I don't have time, bro. I gotta meet up with somewhere. And I tell him, dude, I don't want to fight you, but if you keep doing this, I'm going to fight you. I'm gonna have to do this. But anyways, the guy basically swings first, and he punches me first, and then in my mind, I'm like, oh, this kid is dead. So now it's my turn, and I basically swing this guy with the lawn chair, and I know that this guy dealt with some serious damage, because when I swing this chair at the kid, oh my god. I swing this chair at the kid. This guy falls over like a sack of potatoes. And he says, oh, that hurts. And I tell him, well, man, that's what you get for just messing with the wrong person. And he says, oh, you will regret this. And they basically stormed off. Well, and the other two kids carry him off. And they're on their way. And I knew something that, hey, maybe something's going to go wrong. They're going to freaking do something about it. Report me or for bullying or whatever. So after the lunch period, I basically go over to the dean's office with my friend Mad Max and I tell the principal, hey, I would like to speak to you with something. And the principal says, oh, go ahead. So I explain everything. I show all the evidence, and the principal's like, interesting. We'll call the other students and see if this would be true or whatever. So you guys can go back to class. I'll figure this out on my own hands. So basically, 2 hours later, like the school ends, and I hear over the intercom, Boss Hannah and Mad Max, please come to the front office. And so we go to the front office, and the principal says, alrighty guys, so I talked with them, and well, I'm glad you guys were telling the truth, because we're going to be, these guys, I'm sorry that this happened to you. I'm sorry you guys were harassed. We'll be doing something about it, but thank you for telling me to, whatever the principal does to, saying of how you are making the school a better place or whatever. And so for the next day, I don't see those kids again, and it turns out these guys were suspended for at least like a week. And I'm glad that these guys were suspended for a week, because like if these guys would mess with me around with me again, then I'm gonna do everything in my power to basically expel them, because like I just didn't like what they were doing. On another note, I would appreciate if you guys can press the like button. If you guys don't press the like button, then a bunch of spoiled kids are gonna annoy you as bad as possible, and you guys definitely don't like that. So I would appreciate if you guys can press the like button. On another note, I hope you guys enjoy the story time. I'm going to go now and work on another video. So yeah, have a good day. I'll see you guys next time in another video. I'm out. Peace.